Hello students, so today we'll go for the next unit, that is unit 3. Okay. Unit 1, unit 2 we completed, so we will go for next unit, that is 3, that is ESR. They have given spectroscopic. We will start now. So that is ESR, electron spin resonance, or it's also called as electron paramagnetic resonance. So what is this? So this is the spectroscopy, which is based on the absorption, okay, of unpaired electron radicals, okay, having single electron by microwave radiation by the molecules having unpaired electron in the applied magnetic field. Unpaired electron, so that is radicals, one electron is there. And this is a spectroscopy which is used where the microwave radiations is been applied here. So what is this microwave? In NMR we have seen, so radio waves. So similarly here EPR, ESR, microwave rates, that's range from 300 gigahertz to 300 megahertz. Okay. And where it is been used? It is been used for the paramagnetic species. Okay, any paramagnetic having unpaired electrons. Then free radicals, okay, very much used in the medical field and body system, living organism, bioinorganic free radicals. Then in biradicals, okay, triplet states definitely. Then conduction of electrons in metals, that is F center. Okay, in solid state chemistry we are seeing F center, and most of the transition metal complex studies. So in overall we can see that we can use this application in the biology, even in chemistry, physics, okay, and detection and identifications of free radicals in gases, solids, liquids, so like this. So application part of this is in vast way, very versatile, I can say. Now what does this depends on the like this. Okay, so magnetic field versus the spin of the electron here. So spin means what? We are having two spins, plus half and minus half, one electron, is it right? So when the field is absent here, so they are in degenerate state, okay, electrons. But when the field is applied here, so you can see here they get split into two, plus half and minus half, and this distance is called your E energy, okay, and that is given by h nu is equal to, nu is a frequency, h is a Planck's constant, you know that, and this is given by G into mu B into B naught. So G is called Landis factor, okay, and mu B is nothing but Bohr magneton, and B naught is strength of the magnetic field. Okay, B naught is strength of the magnetic field, and G is a Gyros Landis splitting factors. Okay, and for a free electron it is fixed, that is 2.0023. Okay, gyro splitting Landis splitting factor, it is fixed, but it varies. Okay, in compounds it varies, it is altered because of the spin orbit coupling. But for a free electron we take it as a G is equal to 2.0023, and that's why it depends on totally on the splitting. So whenever the magnetic field is applied here, so absorption of microwave, why this microwave is used here, because the single electron in the magnetic field splits into either plus half or minus half, that is along the field or reverse the field. So that is two cases we can observe here. So along the field minus half, uh, reverse the field plus half, the alpha spin state and beta spin state. And for that, that reason that microwave radiation is enough, that is 300 megahertz to gigahertz for these transitions. Okay, and that's why this is the reason why the microwave radiation is being used for this EPR or ESR. So in this EPR or ESR, so here the microwave frequency is kept constant, but applied field strength is varied. So this is what we should very important point here. So microwave frequency, whatever frequency is kept constantly, but applied magnetic field is varied and studied, and it's studied by the graph presented by the derivative curves like this. Okay, derivative curves by absorption, slope of absorptions versus the plotted magnetic field B. So A versus B, so we get like this, okay, one plot, but this is expressed in the form of the derivative form like this. Okay, so this is how we express for the EPR or ESR. Okay, so if it is doublet of 2, so we doublet of 2 like this, triplet of means 1 2 3, triplet of 3 like this, doublet of 2 means 2 like this. This is how this is triplet, this is doublet. doublet of 2, triplet of 2 means another we can show 1, 2, 3 like this, triplet of 3, 2, triplet of 2 like this. So this is how the derivative mode of the absorption we can see in the graphically for this EPR or ESR spectroscopy. Whenever you take the spectroscopy, so we can see in this way derivative mode, okay, first derivative mode like this, okay. So that is what we can see here. So you can see here, so there is always a standard compound used for all the spectroscopy, okay. So here also in NMR also we use the what is the standard compound. So here also we are using calibrating the ESR, a standard compound we keep it, that is for DPPH radical, okay. What is this DPPH? Diphenyl picryl hydrazine, okay, diphenyl alpha diphenyl picryl hydrazine compound, okay. This is the structure here, diphenyl picryl hydrazine. This is the picric acid, you know, okay. 2,4,6 trinitrophenol also, picryl hydrazine. So hydrazine, so is OH group is is been substituted by this picryl hydrazine N here like this. This is a radical here. This is a what we are taking as a standard here, DPPH, okay, alpha diphenyl picryl hydrazine compound like this, okay. And it gives a very single peak here. So this gives a single peak, and this with respect to this standard compounds we are going to justify or identify the compound having the unpaired electron, okay. And in this also we see the hyperfine split here. So what is this hyperfine split? So this is the interaction between the unpaired electron, okay, and the nuclei with the nuclear spin, okay, with the nuclear spin called. So this is a hyperfine splitting will happen here. And here the electron spin and the magnetic, okay. So this is the electron spin and the nuclear magnetic spin. So if the radical contains n equivalent, see if it is having different radicals having different compounds, you know, or different radicals more than, so n m I have taken it here. So if the radical contains n equivalent nuclei, okay, with spin quantum number I, you think it is I, spin quantum number I, the number of hyperfine lines will be 2ni plus 1. This you have to remember, okay. The number of hyperfine structure will be 2ni plus 1. So, okay, 2n, this is a formula, okay. You have to keep it in the mind. So 2ni, so I plus 1, this is for 1 n equivalent nucleus with the spin quantum number I, spin quantum number I, spin quantum number I. So when splitting caused by both set, so there are, now this is a one set. If the spin is caused by two sets, like n equivalent nuclei of spin I will take it here, and a set of m equivalent nuclei of spin ij, okay, ij, then how much the number of, then the number of lines will be, okay, hyperform lines will be, again now we have to multiply here 2nii plus 1 into 2nij plus 1, okay, because the two sets we are taking here, the splitting of between the two sets, okay. One set is there, you just take it 2ni plus 1, but we will understand this when we go for the examples, okay, need not worry now. The next video we will take examples and we'll learn it. So when there are two sets n and m and splitting occurs because of these two sets, then the formula, so we are using is here is 2ni plus 1 into 2ni plus 1, of which I and j splitting so quantum number. Now you can see here, so one example, the radicals having one hydrogen nucleus, okay, hydrogen one nucleus we have taken here, so one electron one nucleus of having I is equal to half, I is equal to half, because proton we know that the quantum number I is having the value of half here. So how it's, so when the magnetic field is 0, they are in degenerate state. When we field is increased here, magnetic field, so you can see here that is splitting here, so plus half, okay, and minus half, so they split here like this, okay. And how much you get here? Now again if you use this formula 2ni plus 1, 2 into just how much hydrogen is there, 1 into what is the spin of this half plus 1, so 2 to 1, so 2, so 2 lines we are going to get, so here like this, so it is splitting like this, so 2 lines we are going to get, transitions we are going to get like this, so 2 lines we are going to get for the hydrogen. Similarly for nitrogen, so nitrogen has I value 1, always remember, so like proton has half, So spin value quantum number has I for nitrogen 14, it has 1. So if you go for number of lines here, hyperfine lines here, so you can see here 2ni plus 1, 2 into 1 nitrogen, n into I is what, 1 here, 1 plus 1, that is 3. So it comes into 1 is to 1 is to 1 intensity. So 3 lines we are going to get, okay. So 1 is to 1 is to 1 intensity like this. I showed you 1, 2 and 3 like this. So this is what, similarly benzene. So if you take now benzene, so like this, okay, having all hydrogen like this equivalent here, H, 6 equivalent, we are having the proton here. Now how many lines it may show? Again same thing, 2ni plus 1. So 2 into how many? 6 number of hydrogens into half plus 1. So how many? 2, 2, 3 are 6, that is 7 lines. We get a 7 lines of the intensity 1 is to 6 is to 15 is to 20 is to 15 is to 6 is to 1. So this is the intensity, 6 lines intensity shown by the benzene splitting here in the ESR, and this is called as a Pascal triangle, okay. So wherever you see the splitting of half, okay, I is equal to half, so you can see that the Pascal triangles is been observed here, okay. Pascal, what is this Pascal's triangle? You have to remember. So 1, okay, then 1 is to 1, then 1 is to 2 is to 1, then 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1, then 1 is to 4 is to 6 is to 1 is to 4 is to 6 is to 4 is to 1, then 1 is to 5 is to 10 is to 10 is to 5 is to 1 like this. So this triangle we call it as a Pascal triangle. So for I is equal to half, okay, and if I is equal to, for I is equal to 1, okay, for I is equal to 1, so there is non-Pascal transition. I is equal to 1, non-Pascal transition is been observed. So where we can see, for if n is equal to 1, we get 1 is to 1 is to 1 like this, okay. If n is equal to 2, we get, if n is equal to 2, 1 is to 2 is to 2 is to 1 like this, 1 is to 2 is to 2 is to 1. So like this, if n is equal to 3, so just we have to remember in this way. So 1 is to 1, then 1 is to 2 is to 1, then 1 is to 2 plus 1, 3 is to 3 is to 1, then 1 is to 4, 3 plus 1, 4 is to, then 6 is to 4 is to 1, 1 is to 4 plus 1, 5 is to 10, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 like this. Now next is what I said you, that for 7, so this becomes 1 2 3 4 5 6 line, then 7th I have given here, that is 1 is to 6 is to 15 is to 20 is to 15 is to 6 is to 1, 7, 6 plus 1, 7. So this is how we have to remember. And when there is I is equal to half, so intensity whatever you are going to get, it will follow the Pascal's rule. If n is not like nitrogen 14, I is equal to 1, yes, so 3, it is giving n is equal to 3 when it comes here, then that will come in here like this. So 1 is to 2 in this intensity. If n is equal to 1, this one like this, 1 is to 2. If it is 3, then it will come 1 is to 3 is to 3 plus 6 is to 9 is to 6 like this. So it is a typical line. In this way we get a knot. So hope you understood in today's video, okay, regarding the introductory part of this EPR, ESR, okay. In the next video we'll go for the next examples. So taking these examples, we'll learn regarding the EPR and ESR. Okay, have a nice time. Thank you.